Hi there, Fernando Joe here. Welcome to Life in the PI. Today's topic, begging. Now, is begging illegal in the Philippines? Yes, it is. Is it illegal for you to give money to beggars? Yes, it is. Does begging go on? Yes, it does. So it's often there's a huge disconnect between what are the laws, what is on the books, and what actually happens. So when I first came here to Cebu City, I was just walking the streets. The mob of kids gathers around. I give out coins. Pretty soon, I'm giving out every single coin I've got, and then I realized, wow, I'm out. But so a couple things I'm begging. Number one, if you think, well, okay, I've got a couple pesos, I give it away, it's over. Well, just the other day, right across the street, one of my friends, he's got maybe 6 pesos change. He hands it to a kid. What happens next? We're surrounded by kids. So that's the one thing. The moment those coins come out and you start giving away money, you wind up at the center of a feeding frenzy because you have just encouraged it. So you have to keep that in mind. The other thing I'd point out is that begging is not always what it seems. So I have seen on multiple occasions, I've seen a guy, I'm walking down the street, he looks fine, he sees me, and all of a sudden he goes in and it looks like he just got struck by lightning. All of a sudden this is the most pathetic, pitiful person you've ever seen in your life. Remember another kid in Bantayan Island, he had a mental handicap, but he was, functioning, and yet he could, I saw him at the snap of a finger could all of a sudden go, and you think, well, gee, this kid is severely brain damaged. Well, no, that wasn't the case. But if he wanted a beer, he knew how to put on that pitiful look. The other thing is that you may give money and you think, so here, let's just say for the sake of argument that this kid is in genuine need, that you have a kid who's homeless and hungry. So you give him 15 pesos, that kid will go right around the corner to the McDonald's window where he buys himself an ice cream for 15 pesos. So there's another case, again, the same guy from across the street. Another kid approached him. He said, hey, no, not you. What had happened? Earlier, he had given the kid some pesos. Then he sees the kid smoking. So you give the kid 10 pesos for food, and that food may go towards cigarettes. So we're in the Philippines, and if you see chain-smoking 8 and 10-year-olds, do not be shocked. So the other thing too about the begging is you see women, typically old women, you see young girls, you see babies, there's always a couple of babies and toddlers, but you never see an adult male. Now why is that? Biology 101 tells me that these kids do not just spring out of the earth like seeds. There has to be an adult male there somewhere. Where is this adult male? Well, you never see him, because if there's a healthy adult male begging with them, you would know, you wouldn't feel so much sympathy for them. Now, you never see this guy, but one time, and again, I've been coming here for 20 years. One day I was out on the streets early must have been like 6:30 in the morning. I recognize them, that it's this beggar family. You got the mom, you got the kids, you got the toddler, and there's the dad, and the dad is essentially saying like, okay, kids, have fun begging, but they were together as a family. You know there has to be an adult male there somewhere, and he takes off and goes, well, what is he doing? Napping for the day. So, I could go on, and I'll probably do another video on this. There are a lot of scams, so you just have to be aware that number one, things aren't what they seem to be, and number two is that often giving money just encourages them to beg and them to hit you up for money. So you really have to think twice, I think, about giving money to beggars.